What is up, everybody? It's Kay, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to be departing San Antonio, Texas. The clouds are broken at 800 feet. I filed an instrument flight plan for 5,000 feet, and I have all the radio calls. So let's go.
38 November, turn left, heading 040, runway 13 right at Kilo, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 13 right at Kilo, and then turn left, heading 040-773 November. Thank you.
After completing a successful run-up, it was officially time for takeoff. I got to 75 miles per hour and gently pulled back. Right now, I'm flying the airplane using visual flight rules, which means I'm looking out the window. However, as I get closer to those clouds, I will use instrument flight rules, which means I won't fly looking out the window, but rather I'll be looking at all of my gauges.
38 November, contact departure. Have a good day.
Over to departure. Thanks for your help. You too. 38 November.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. If you look closely at that horizon line, you can actually tell it's looking a little hazy. Because of this, I have officially brought my eyes inside and will be flying using my instruments rather than looking outside. Pops is now going to be taking over all of the radio calls and configuring my GPS as necessary. Here we are at almost 2,000 feet and we finally reached those clouds. So the ATIS was wrong, but I'm a pretty happy camper. In a second, you're going to hear ATC actually makes a mistake on their radio call, so listen closely and see if you can catch it.
November 83 November, best right to climb through 4,000, fly heading 060.
Was that us?
Ask.
Was that for 7738 November?
Number 38 November, affirmative, turn right heading 060, vectors ready to climb, and best right to climb through 4,000.
Okay, we're going to 060, best rate to climb through 4,000, 7738 November.
Did you catch it? If you thought that he said my tail number incorrectly, you would be correct. So rather than ignoring him and making him repeat himself, we just asked for clarification before changing our course. Now that I've reached a safe altitude, it's time to configure the autopilot. I'm going to continue climbing at 90 miles per hour up to my selected altitude of 5,000 feet. I'm also keeping an eye on all of my engine instruments, making sure all of those gauges are staying in the green. And even though I can't see traffic while looking outside, I am still looking for them on both my iPad and my GPS unit. If you see me continuously adjusting my autopilot, this is just because I'm trying to climb at least 500 feet per minute, if not faster. Now, if you're new here, just a few quick things about myself. I am a CFII. I have most of my ratings and roughly 1,300 hours of total flight time. The majority of the flights that I take are in and out of the clouds because I love being on an instrument flight plan. I think that it's awesome to see these kinds of views, but more than anything, I love working directly with ATC. In the case of an emergency, I'm already talking to them, and if I need something, all I have to do is ask. The worst they can say is no.
Number 38 November, just fly heading 040 for now.
Back to 040, 7738 November.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just got assigned yet another new heading. And for those of you that may not be familiar with instrument flight rule flying, that's actually very, very normal. This is because ATC's entire job right now is to keep traffic away from one another, especially in my case, because I am not climbing near as fast as the airliners and the private jets do. When we are flying under visual flight rules, it's a lot easier to spot traffic, but flying in and out of the clouds makes it close to impossible.
38 November, turn left heading 330 for November 3 November, vectors ready to climb.
330, 7738 November.
Quite a few of you have been asking me in the comments what equipment I actually have on board, so let's run through it. My primary flight instruments are my dual G5s. I have the GFC 500 autopilot, a GI 275 gauge as my engine monitor system. I use the 530W GPS unit. I have a transponder, a secondary radio, and I use my iPad for situational awareness while looking at airspaces, weather, and of course, traffic.
We don't climb as fast as the big boys do.
A few of you already know this, but I am actually looking for a second airplane. So if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below.
Number 3 November, turn right heading 360.
Right to 360, 7738 November.
Hey, we're finally flying in the right direction. Sweet! Okay, friends, we have less than 60 seconds until we finally pop out of these clouds for good, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I sped this up quite a bit and was actually in the soup for close to 25 minutes. I just think it's so crazy. Dark and gloomy on the ground, you get above the clouds, and it's a bright blue sky.
Okay, so these clouds were not supposed to be at 5,000 feet, but they clearly are, so we may request 7,000.
When you file an instrument flight plan, you actually choose the altitude you want to fly at. I picked an altitude there wasn't supposed to be any clouds and a pretty good tailwind. Unfortunately, the clouds rose, so I'll adapt as necessary.
We're not even coming close to flying towards Sugarland yet.
True.
Even though Pops is right, I would 100% rather be sitting in this airplane flying through the clouds than be stuck on the ground.
Turn right heading 090, clear direct turn.
090, direct to what?
Turn.
Turn 773 November.
And there you have it, friends. We officially made it out of those clouds. Leave a comment, let me know if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe.